These are 3 carburetors of a Suzuki 85 horsepower that I've just stripped down. I'm starting with the last carburetor so that I don't waste any time showing you cleaning all the 3 carbs, but this is what we've got to contend with. As I say, it's not been used for 18 months or so, but when the cars were clean last time I don't know, but this is what we've got to contend with. That's just some of the rubbish that's come out of it. We're going to get to these in a minute now, so I'm going to cut the film and start to strip it down and then resume once we've stripped. Well, I've just resumed filming now, just to show you how much dirt's just come out of that carburetor so far. This is not cleaned properly, but that's what you're looking at. It's all crap that's come out of the carb. You can see how big the pieces are compared to my fingers. There's a screwdriver just to show you. Now you could be going to sea with your boat and you've not checked your carbs for 2 years, 3 years, and all you need is one lump of that blocking up your jets and your engine's out of commission whilst you're at sea. So bear that in mind. I'm going to go on to showing you stripping the float off the actual carb. Do this with great precaution, because if you break the pins that hold the pin in place for the floats, then you're in serious trouble with carburetor. So I'll just show you what I do. I use a screwdriver, a watchmaker screwdriver, and tap them gently with a rubber handled screwdriver, just to tap them through, because these will be full of corrosion. And if you snap one of these pins off the legs there, you're in serious trouble. Your carburetor is knackered basically. So then we're going to go look at the pickup on the carb. This is the pickup for fuel, and you can actually see the state of this. It's absolutely blocked. There is no way that that would work whatsoever. Here at this point we've got the needle valve, which is jammed solid. It's never been moved for well, at least 2-3 years. This is a terrible state. So we're going to try and remove this, the needle valve, first of all. So along those pair of pliers, grip it, turn it, rotate it a couple of times to scrape the sides of the seating clear, and then try to put some pressure on it. Okay, she's out, but that is a really badly corroded in there, really badly, as with the pickup. Right, we'll resume again in a short while and try and put this all together. Right, I've just removed the pickup jet and the needle valve jets. You can see the corrosion on this. I don't know whether you can see that, but it's really bad. Every one of the jets are block solid. And if you look at the actual fuel that's come out, all the grit that's inside that, which won't be doing any good to the carburetor whatsoever. Okay, we'll resume again. This needle valve, well, not needle valve, this jet is supposedly supposed to be hollow right the way through too, and there's several little jets around the edges on this which are not visible at this time. So what I'll do, find where the jets are, give it a clean up with some wire wool, give it a twist round and you should be able to see the holes. Okay, we can just about see the holes there now. Now these are solid, block solid. There's no way this engine would run properly like this, not one chance. Anyway, once again I revert back to my trusty old little screwdrivers, my electrical watchmakers, very very fine one. Gently push it into the hole and it should go straight through to the other side, as you can see. This is a Suzuki 85 by the way. Quite a few of the engines are the same carburetor. There's one on the side there, another one, block solid. There we go, once again it's through. There's another one next to it here, blocked again. So those are at least clear, those ones. Now in the end here it's block solid once again. There's another hole, a jet for the pickup. That's cleared out, that one. And halfway up the shaft once again, as you can see there's a hole there, blocked. This is about 1mm, this screwdriver by the way. Let's clear that out. Then we've got some larger holes for the air and fuel. These seem pretty clear there at this minute. Okay. Now I'm going to give this a blow through just to clear the jets out, hopefully. There's a big chunk of muck come out of it there, as you can see on my finger. I think we'll give those another cleaning through with the 1mm watchmaker screwdriver. It fits exactly this. Do not open them up too much. Do not ram a screwdriver in which is too big. These need to be clean as a whistle. Okay, that needs to be. Right, just taking some of the crap off from there. Okay, right, well, let's have a look at this. This is a needle valve one now. Once again it's full of corrosion. Now these are much more difficult to clean out because you've got all that corrosion in there, and I don't have a screwdriver exactly the same size. What I'm using is a pin inside there and using that edge to scrape the rubbish off. As you can see, it's just cleaning it out gently and nicely, not putting burrs on the side of the jet. The seatings, don't damage the seating at all on the bottom. That appears to have scraped all the heavy stuff off. Then once again, what I do is I take a fine piece of wire wool and I've soaked it in a little acetone just to get it inside there. Once again, I'm looking for a screwdriver. I'm looking for this screwdriver. I push it into the hole with that. When it's in deep enough, I just hold it in place, grip the end, and then turn. Now this removes the excess, what's been left from me scraping it out with the pin. as you can see, you'll probably see this, the light's not too good at the moment, but now that's actually clean inside there. If you can see that or not, I don't know, but that's right down to the seating without damaging the seating, just running the wire wool over the top. Give it another quick go just to make sure everything's clear. Okay, once again just spin it round a few times. Don't forget I've got some acetone on this, petrol acetone, just helps. That's nice and clean now. Right, that's the needle valve. I've not cleaned it yet, but it should still drop in and out quite freely. Now I've cleaned the sides off. There you go. Drops it in and out. The pointed side goes into the seating all the time. Don't get mixed up if you strip it down. The point goes into the seating. These are not spring-loaded ones, these at the ends. They don't appear to be, anyway. Oh, they are spring-loaded ones, these actually. As you can see, that little pin there is spring-loaded. That's working fine, that one. So now, that drops in and out. If I hold that in and blow through this hole, there should be nothing passing the needle valve. Which is right, there is nothing passing the needle valve. The hole's nice and clear in the centre. The jet seating is perfect in there. So I'll continue and just give this a quick rub off of any corrosion that's left on it with this light wire wool. Okay, that seems to be clear of everything. I'll give it just a quick wipe with a rag. Just check the end of the needle valve that there's no burr all the way around the edge. If there's a burr on them, it means that they're not probably going to seat, so it would be advisable to put new needle valves in the carbs and probably change these seatings as well at the same time, which can be ordered. Okay, we'll cut. Right, as you can see now, I've cleaned all these jets and parts that have got to go back into the carburetor. You saw the state of them before. They're all done. I've cleaned the inside of the carb out nicely now. Ready. Checked everything. The butterflies are all working. Okay, this is the bottom carburetor, by the way, off the 3 carbs on the 85 horsepower Suzuki. That is the plunger for the solenoid, which puts on the choke, electronic choke. Okay, I'm going to start to put this back together and show you which way we're going to do it. Okay, I've cleaned all the inside out of the jet inside there using this pin which goes over the centre of the jet inside. Cleaned all the edges off so it slides on nice and easily. I'll just put a little tiny bit of 3-in-1 oil on there. It will clear out that when the fuel goes through, but it just makes it slide in a little bit easier. 3-in-1 oil on the thread just to help it. And nip it up gently with a 10mm socket, and we'll crank it up a little bit with this one. Don't over tighten it because you don't want to strip the thread. Nip it up nice and tight. That's it. A little bit of 3-in-1 oil on the thread again for when you want to get it out next time. This is the needle valve going back in place. Okay, we'll use the socket to put this back on. Been a bit of a pain. Once again, just nip it up slightly, don't strip the threads. And then we're back to the needle valve going in. There's the needle valve, we've checked it, double checked the spring at the bottom. A little bit of oil on it, just to make it slide easier. There you go, she's nice and loose and working. Now the pin's got to go back in here on the float, so I'll just scrape the inside, make sure there's nothing there. Doesn't appear to be any carbon or anything built up there. That's good. And we're going back to the old float now. Once again, this could do with a bit of a scrape and a clean. So I'll give it a wire brush and then resume after I fit this last jet in here. There's the last jet in the bottom of the carb, cleaned. Once again, don't over tighten them because you'll strip the threads. Okay, I'll give this a clean. Okay, we're ready to reassemble this now. I've given the float a quick clean off, cleaned all the bits off, cleaned the pin off, any excess corrosion that was on it. Cleaned the bowl out, as you can see it's nice and clean now. The bottom of the carb's all cleaned out, so we're ready to rebuild this one. The other two are there already rebuilt, so we'll go and rebuild this one. And I'll just go through it with you once again. Right, what we've got is the floats, the pin from the float chamber, needle valve, and we've got the pin that holds the float in position. Now I just put a little bit of 3-in-1 oil around this again, just to let it slide in and out easy for the minute. There's a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on there. Okay, that'll all wash away when the fuel gets going through. Right, the float, make sure that the float is on the correct way. Okay, this little pad here, this little pad is what pushes the needle jet up and down. Okay, so it's got to go on that way about. If you get it wrong, it won't work because they're cut out so that the float will drop down at an angle. Okay, so that goes on like so. Then we've got the nice new, well, clean pin ready to go back in. Okay, we're going to resume and put this back together now. We'll start with the bottom carb first. Get your pins set up. 1, 2, in position. Get that out of the way for a moment. Okay, solenoid for the choke. Okay, place that inside solenoid. The bracket goes on the bottom pin, that goes inside there like so, and then we place the nuts and washers on. So this, if we take this in reverse order, this would be the last carb coming off. They are 12mm, I think, 12mm. This bottom one's very difficult to get in place, this one. Just found some long nose pliers for this. Yeah. Right, that's me. Right, we're back on scene. As I say, it's pretty awkward to get this on. So, there's the washer. And the nuts. As I say, they're quite difficult to get on these. Okay, we're back on. I've got the nuts on. Just finishing off this carb. Okay, we've just nipped that up now. Okay, all the butterflies are all opening and closing. Lovely. Nice and free. Throttle's working nicely on all three carbs. Right, so what we've got to do is put this plate back on. However, you may find this shortly, or you may find this, the bottom one here has corroded in. So what I've had to do, rather than try and struggle and smash the casting, I thought I'll break the plastic cover, just put a nick in it so that I could prise it apart and flick the plastic cover off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to heat this up, warm it up, and I'm going to take this pin out, this self-tapper. Right, okay, I'll resume it in a moment when I've got it loose. Right, this is a Suzuki 85 horsepower. We've just stripped all the carbs down. She's cold start, it's absolutely freezing cold. We've just filled the tank up with water. So hopefully it should fire up right away. So my mate's on the ignition over there, David. So if he can give it a turn of the key, I'll try and catch it on the throttle. All the carbs are full and everything, so ready? Yeah, go on, give it a whirl. Lovely. What's up? Can you fire that up again, Dave, please? Coming out well out of the exhaust and everything, the telltale. Ticking over nicely that now. Adjusting the carbs a little bit, that's all. The choke's there, the manual choke is just there. We've not even used the choke or anything. Now she's warming up now. Warming up. There's a new set of plugs for it as well, but I've not put them in. Pumping water, as you can see, plenty.
Well, she's working fine. We've got a video of the strip down and rebuild of the carbs. I don't know if you can hear this, but we have got complete. That sounds well, that really does. We've got the prop off at the moment so that it doesn't spew all the water out. But we will be putting the prop on shortly. Anyway, that's firing up, running well, that. It's running at a nice temperature. Not too hot, but warm enough. It's not going to burn me or anything like that. Right, we'll turn that off for a minute now. Right, we've had a running for about 10 minutes now, and the temperature is absolutely lovely. She's warm enough to put my hand on, not overheating or anything at all. It's throwing out plenty of water. It's a damn good engine, this. I've not even changed the spark plugs. We've got a brand new set of spark plugs to go in. She's running well. We've just topped the tank up with oil. Right, okay, I'm going to switch off now.